if not the second. The one change sees Miguel Britos restored to the starting lineup. Daryl Janmat goes to the bench. So Karnisis is the goalkeeper. 3 at the back or 5 at the back, however you want to take it. But the 3 centre halves are Mariappa, Prudel and Britos. Kiko and Olibas will be the wing backs. Capu and Ducore, the holding midfielders. Pereira and Richarlison helping out Troy Deeney up front. Those are the 2 starting lineups. I'll give you the substitutes as well as we go in just a second. In fact, I could do that now. Milner and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, as I said, alongside Alexander Arnold. There's a return too for Danny Ings. Maybe we'll see him a little bit later on. Simon Mignolet, of course, the goalkeeper. Alberto Moreno and Ragnar Klavan. Those are the Liverpool replacements. As for the Watford bench, Aurelio Gomez is back as the sub-keeper. Janmat, as I mentioned. Craig Cathcart, who hasn't played since August through injury, is back among the substitutes alongside Andre Gray, Will Hughes, Andre Carrillo and Stefano Okaka. The former Hornet striker David Connolly, part of our team of tonight, of course. Evening to you, David.
Good evening.
Good to see you. Well, it's a tall order for your old side tonight, isn't it? Particularly given their travails away from home.
Well, that's right. Although, as you mentioned, against Arsenal, actually they were very, very good in patches. They had opportunities to score, but just didn't take them. And I think some of the goals, or particularly the manner of the goals, Mariappa lost Mustafi for the first one, and then to me, no surprise, Janmat's dropped. He was really the weak link in that back four. He kept coming out of his slot, vacating an area between him and Prodal, which was exploited by Arsenal, and no surprise he dropped. To me, I think the manager's made the right call in terms of his changes. Janmat had to go. He's got Mariappa. It seems like he'll probably fill in out wide, and then Britos going at centre half. So if that's how it is, I think it looks a much better back four, but obviously they'll be tested today, no doubt. But they were actually in spells very good against Arsenal. They should have actually scored a couple of goals. He went with 2 up top. He said tonight he might try something different.
Yeah.
And you have to say, when he was at Malaga to beat Barcelona, so look, I'm not saying it can happen, but you never know.
He's talking in the build-up to this one, Javi Gracia, that he's got to strike, obviously, the right balance. If he's too defensive, he thinks they'll get hammered. If he's too open, he says they'll get hammered. So that's the balance for him today, isn't it? Whether it goes 3 at the back or whether he plays 5 at the back, you can see how he's hedging his bets, perhaps when they haven't got the ball.
Well, look, I guess as well he's thinking, I wonder who'll play at the back, because judging by how Lovren did at the weekend, I guess you probably thought he might drop him, and that's been the case. Now, you put Deeney up against Lovren if he was playing, I think you'd fancy chances to bully him all day long. As it is, Matip's in there. Joe Gomez looks like he's gone to right back. Alexander Arnold was also a bit of a weak link in Liverpool's back four. So I guess both defences have actually, to me, made changes because of their defensive performances. I'm sure they'll both be stronger. What he's got Andre Gray on the bench who can come on. They can go to a 4-4-2. Gray and Deeney, if needs be, what front two they would be.
Liverpool overwhelming favourites in terms of recent history, of course. I think it's only 1 win in 13 trips across the board in all competitions here at Anfield for Watford. But it's been their Achilles heel all season, hasn't it? Liverpool at the back. You hinted at it there, David. 4 changes made by Jurgen Klopp. He clearly wasn't happy with what he saw at Old Trafford, and he's freshened it up, and perhaps not huge amount of surprise in there.
No, look, he's done that all season. He likes to obviously get that energy, I guess, on the pitch. Look, they should have more than enough today, and he's got to utilise his squad. Obviously, Henderson back in now, also Chamberlain out on the bench, Wijnaldum obviously in. The front 3 we all know about. The 2 fullback areas, I guess, are areas that haven't really been nailed down by anyone. No one's really staked a claim or at the heart of defence, and there's no doubt if they want to progress, probably need to get a bit more consistency, I think, at the back. And is the likes of Lovren, is he the piece in the jigsaw you can really rely on at the top level? I'm not so sure. Saying that, it's an opportunity. While no one else is playing, they could go up to third, obviously, and then they're really close to United in second, so it's what to play for.
Certainly is, and a 7-point cushion potentially for Liverpool above Chelsea in 5th in the race for a top 4 place if they can see off Watford Watford tonight, of course, have slightly lower ambitions, of course, but very much a top 10 finish on the cards at the moment for Watford. But they do need to sort out this ropey away form if they are going to come away from Liverpool with anything tonight. You fancy. Kick-off is about 8 minutes away here on Premier League Live. Let's hear from both managers now. Javi Gracia of Watford, and first the Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp.
We expect from ourselves that we win football games, and especially if we lost a game like the last one, then you want to. In either world, you would play 3 hours later and can change your own mood, actually.
I know if we play an open game against Liverpool, we have a lot of chances to lose the game, but we need to have a balance to be able to defend.
So they are actually in a good moment result-wise. The last one didn't look like that, but we respect them a lot.
We need to be careful about their players because, as I said before, they score in many matches 3, 4, 5, 7 goals.
The Watford boss Javi Gracia, before him Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool. Building up to Liverpool against Watford live from Anfield. It's coming up next. You're listening to Premier League Live.
Premier League football is a truly global game, and TalkSport is the global audio partner of the Barclays Premier League.
It's a massive goal!
With live commentary of all 380 matches this season, available at TalkSport.com in English, Spanish or Mandarin every weekend.
What a goal! What a fantastic strike!
The event horizon of world-class football. Visit TalkSport.com to find out more.
If you're outside the UK and Ireland, we've got you covered.
Gets away from another. Comes into the top corner. It is a moment of Merseyside magic from Mo Salah. He's done it again. His 19th of the season.
TalkSport's international service covers every Premier League match live.
With the bow in the penalty area. Dips one. Oh, that is a magnificent goal from Jermaine Defoe. Absolutely stunning from Jermaine Defoe.
Full commentary, pre- and post-match analysis, and goals as they go in from every single Premier League match.
Lanzini back to Arnautovic. He's inside the box. There is his first goal for West Ham. Arnautovic took it beautifully. He curled it low past Courtois.
Hear goals as they go in from around the grounds during our featured commentary match.
Rolls it into the feet. Little layup. Arfield going to get punched back. 1-0. Arfield opens the scoring in the 45th minute. Burnley's strike against the 10th man of Watford.
Every game is covered.
Boy lifts it in left-footed. It's a deep cross. It's headed on by Meunier. And it's 2 for Meunier. Well, like London buses, the goals are now pouring in for Steve Meunier.
Get involved in debates, ask in-game questions to our commentary team, and get goal updates with @TalkSport Live on Twitter.
Here's Gale. Good shot, goal. Dwight Gale's put Newcastle level. Chris Blow shot from the edge of the penalty area. Low pass, Schmeichel in a flag.
This is Premier League Live.
Crosses to Olivier Giroud. Equaliser for Arsenal. And as so often, Olivier Giroud off the bench to rescue Arsene Wenger.
Kick-by-kick commentary, expert opinion, international coverage of the world's most exciting football league. Premier League Live. Brought to you by TalkSport Live.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game involves the two things in life you love the most.
Football and money.
Exactly predict 10 or more Premier League scores and win £1 million sterling.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game.
Register now at TalkSport.com/predictor and play for free throughout the season. Win £1 million sterling.
£1 million.
Players must be 18 or over. See TalkSport.com/predictor for full conditions.
Welcome to TalkSport's coverage of Liverpool against Watford from Anfield. I'm your host, Dan Wheeler. Alongside me is the former Leicester, Feyenoord and Watford striker, David Connolly. You're listening to Premier League Live, and as the strains of You'll Never Walk Alone echo around this famous old ground, and we'll bring you a recap of the team news. Liverpool show 4 changes from the team that were pretty disappointing, it has to be said, something of an understatement, I guess, at Old Trafford last weekend against Manchester United. Out out to the bench go Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner. Dejan Lovren is dropped altogether. Before coming in, Joe Gomez, Jordan Henderson for his 200th appearance in a red shirt in the Premier League, Georgino Wijnaldum and Joel Matip. So they will line up with Karius in goal, Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson the back four, Shan, Henderson and Wijnaldum in midfield, with Mane and Salah, of course, either side of Roberto Firmino. On the bench alongside Milner, Oxlade, Chamberlain and Alexander-Arnold are Danny Ings, Simon Mignolet, the keeper, Alberto Moreno and Ragnar Klavan. As for Watford, just a one change from the team that showed patches of encouragement despite losing 3-0 at Arsenal last weekend. Miguel Britos comes in at centre-back. Daryl Janmaat goes to the bench. We'll wait to be seen whether Watford will line up with 3 at the back or perhaps put 5 at the back. We'll have to see. But Karnizis is definitely the goalkeeper. Mariappa, Prudel and Britos look like the primary back 3. Kiko and Olivas, the wing-backs. Capu and Doucouré, the holding midfielders. Richarlison and Pereira helping out Troy Deeney up front. On the bench for Watford tonight, Aurelio Gomez returns to the substitutes lineup. Janmaat, Craig Cathcart back for the first time since August through injury. Andre Gray, Will Hughes, Andre Carrillo and Stefano Okaka. The snow is falling at a bitterly cold Anfield. Floodlights are on ahead of this match. David Connolly, part of our commentary team tonight. David, if we get a game half as entertaining as the opening match of the season between these two at Vicarage Road, where they shared 6 goals, we'll be lucky.
Well, I think we will, because obviously Watford just don't score on the road. So, but obviously for the home side here, they need to get back to winning ways. The carrot is there, get up to third within touching distance, 2 points of United. And I'm sure Klopp will be expecting a really high-tempo, fast start here from his Liverpool side.
Yeah, you mentioned that record on the road for Watford, David. It doesn't make kind listening or reading at all. 1 point from the last 8 away games. 7 of those resulted in defeat. They haven't won away since beating Newcastle. It was a good win, 3-0, but it was way back on the 25th of November. And they've not scored, as David was hinting at, away in the last 4 games. It's all a bit of a sharp contrast to the way they started the season with 3 wins and a draw in their first 4 matches on the road, Watford, but it's not gone right since. Lost 9 of the next 11. They've changed their manager, of course, Javi Gracia coming in, and he has made a difference statistically, David, at least. They are performing better under him, but what have you made of the impact that he's made in the half a dozen or so games that he's had?
I think he's had a good impact. I think that obviously he's going into a club that he knows will change. They'll chop and change the manager like they do players, really. So he knows he's under no illusions in terms of the task he faces. He's got a good set of players here, though. And look, the team are comfortable, aren't they? Mid-table, not going to go down, not really going to go up. I guess now he'll just be planning, thinking about next season, the signings he needs to make. He's got to add more goals to the team, hasn't he? Doucouré has had a great season, but he's got 7. I'm sure they're in danger of him going. Richarlison obviously has been a terrific signing, but he's just behind him with 5, so don't score enough goals. Just wonder if they'll change at some point, maybe go to 2 strikers in some form. We'll have to wait and see.
We're underway here at Anfield. 40 seconds gone. Liverpool, of course, all in red. Watford in their yellow shirts with black shorts and black socks. It's Liverpool kicking from right to left in this first period. It's the feet of the Scotland international left back Andrew Robertson to Virgil van Dijk. Square pass back to him from Joel Matip, who's partnering in this afternoon after Dejan Lovren was dropped after his performance at Old Trafford last week. Joe Gomez is also starting. Here he is, England international, of course, made his debut against Germany as a substitute back in November and started the next friendly against Brazil, up towards the halfway line from Van Dijk. All might break on this left-hand side to Henderson, cleared away, all the way back into the Watford half by Virgil van Dijk, but Firmino can't make it stick. It's taken off him by Doucouré, and back to his goalkeeper by Miguel Britos, who's making his first start since November for Watford this afternoon. It does look like, David, they're playing three at the back as well.
That's right, as you call, three at the back with two wing backs. But as you can see, the surface, it's been snowing. It's sort of like hailstones, really. And they're zipping the ball along the turf. It is skipping up and dying in places. And even a trailer footprint, almost like Father Christmas out there. Incredible all over the pitch. So yeah, it is difficult conditions. Certainly tricky when you're passing that ball along the grass.
Yeah, there is a light dusting of white right across the surface. But, sadly, no orange ball, which is always good to see. It's the yellow one as usual. High-vis stuff. Here is Robertson on the left-hand side. First for Sadio Mane, but it's a loose one again. Decore is there to nick it away, and now Watford can break down this right-hand side with Pereira. He moves into Liverpool territory, but Robertson is there to close the door, and Watford go back to the edge of their own penalty area and go long, but it's headed back into their half by Virgil van Dijk. Now touch for Mane, back to him from Salah inside the penalty area. Britos is there, and then he's fallen over. That's dangerous, allowing Mo Salah freedom inside the penalty area. There's a late run into the box by Emre Can. He can't quite take the ball with him through towards goal, and from Watford's perspective, David, that was just as well.
It was a clever play there though, wasn't it, from Salah? Good little nutmegs through. Britos can't take any chances. He knows he's up against really the best strikers in the league.
Mane releases Salah again inside the penalty area, wants to check on that left-hand side, does so, and then back onto his right, and tucks it into the corner of the net from the angle on 8 yards. Liverpool hit the front at Anfield. It's who else but Mo Salah. His incredible season just gets better and better and better. 25 Premier League goals now. Liverpool 1, Watford 0.
Well, Mo Salah there absolutely bewildered Britos, didn't know where he was going. Spun around, twisted him left and right. In the end, Britos ended up on his backside. He's come back into the team today, Britos. It's a big call, playing on the left side centre half. Look, he just gets chopped, ends up on the floor. Salah chops inside, great little right foot finish. In between the legs of Carnesis, no chance. You'd have to say it's a big call from Garcia. Look, I thought it might be a back four, maybe sticking, because they did okay at Arsenal, didn't they? But to go to a three, bring Britos in, expect him to do a job on Salah, it's a lot to ask. He just embarrassed Britos there.
Carnesis beaten his near post as well. That doesn't look pretty either for the goalkeeper, but Salah, well, he's been sensational all season, and no surprise that he's back among the goals.
Well, it was almost a Messi type finish, wasn't it, in terms of his goal against Chelsea midweek. Right foot, both left footers, aren't they, Messi and Salah? Right foot though, can't really go across goal, so in the end he's gone through the keeper's legs.
Love's playing against Watford, scored on his Liverpool debut, of course, on the opening day in that 3-3. He's now got 3 in his last 4 Premier League games. A little bit of a drought for him in the last couple. Scored on his 7 previous games before failing to find the back of the net in the last 2, but he's back on the goal scoring charts again. Mo Salah, 25 goals for him now in the Premier League. His stats are frightening. Before this game, he was already responsible for nearly half of all Liverpool's goals this season, be they through goals themselves or his 10 assists, which he's also weighed in this campaign. And he's put Liverpool ahead here after 6 minutes at Anfield. But it doesn't make pretty viewing that goal again from Miguel Britos' point of view, nor the goalkeepers, to be perfectly honest. And Watford really up against it now.
Well, Mo Salah is just hanging off the back of Britos. He embarrassed him with the goal, but just before that, took too long on the ball. He dwelled on it. Britos, who was robbed by Salah. If I was Liverpool, I'd be thinking every time I get the ball, can I get it to Mo Salah? He's just hanging just around Britos. Just need to get in the ball enough.
Here's Emre Can dropping deep to Jordan Henderson on the edge of the centre circle, restored to the starting lineup this afternoon, making his 200th Premier League appearance for the Reds. Here's Can, middle of the Watford half, back to Joe Gomez. Now first touch for Matip is square to the feet of Virgil van Dijk. He's got lots of time. Salah quick enough, not quite. Karnisis comes out, slides outside of his penalty area with his body, but keeps the ball in his hands inside the box crucially. But again, right on the edge at the back there, Watford.
Yeah, good play by Karnisis though, sweeper keeper. Love the little ball from Henderson in between. Great run from the right from Mo Salah. They just look so vulnerable, don't they, at the back, Watford?
Pereira doing his best to buy Watford some yardage, linking up with Deeney, but he's not strong enough to get past Robertson, who cleared away on this near side for a throw to the visitors. 8 minutes gone, Liverpool 1, Watford 0. Salah with the goal on 4 minutes.
Prodal there tried to step up, it wasn't on, far too late. They got away with that, Watford.
Capu from right to left. Olabas down the line for Richarlison, tangling with Matip. Matip has won the challenge, but he's run out of pitch on that far side. It's going to be a throw to Watford, middle of the Liverpool half. Olabas will take it. There's not too much movement ahead of him in a yellow shirt. Needs a bit more help. He tries to go long to the edge of the penalty area. No one there except Jordan Henderson, who heads it clear. Ronaldo can't pick it up for Liverpool though. It's wide on the right hand side, swung in by Kiko. Flick on around about the penalty spot by Pereira, but he's got too much on that and he's headed it behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, difficult place to get a header from there. A deep ball into the box. I just wonder what Garcia does here. It's the worst start possible, isn't it? Conceding away at Liverpool.
Yeah, it's now 51 Premier League goals conceded this season. Only West Ham and Stoke have the worst record than the Hornets. They're already a goal down. We're not surprised there has to be goals, apart from Liverpool's excellent form, of course, at home. Never been a 0-0 draw in top-flight games between these two ever. 21 previous games to tonight, 72 goals have come. Here's Gomez on the edge of the box, clipped in by Salah. Stooping header away by Prudel. One back by Wijnaldum. Now Robertson in some room in the middle of the Watford half. That's a poor touch by Roberto Firmino. Straight out of play. A throw to Watford.
Well, it is a tricky type of turf at the minute. It does zip off it. You have got to trust yourself. Maybe take that extra touch just to get it under.
Throw taken down the line by Kiko. Picked up by Salah. Nice back heel by Firmino. Mane will get the second opportunity. Robertson infield to Chan. Good strength and a jab round the corner to Wijnaldum. He shows good strength again. And it shrugs off Mariappa. Ball into the penalty area by Mane. Firmino is looking to twist one way then the other. He heads down into a bit of a blind alley towards the byline, but he keeps the ball alive. Chan for Liverpool on the edge of the D. Swarmed out of it. One back by Henderson. Lobbed onto that far side. Salah scoots after it and just keep it in by the corner flag. Still with Mo Salah. He's got Gomez hovering outside him in support, but he's got his eyes down there, the Egyptian. And for once, perhaps took the wrong option. Cleared away up to halfway.
That's right. I mean, he's in confident form, isn't he? Just faced up Holebas. Thought, right, I think I can get past you 1v1. In the end, Holebas did well.
Van Dijk, edge of the centre circle now to Jordan Henderson, to Joe Gomez. 11 minutes played at Anfield. Premier League live. Liverpool lead it by a goal to nil. Mo Salah on form. Robertson on halfway, gets it back from Sadio Mane. Henderson through the centre circle. Gloved Joel Matip back to Van Dijk. Playing keep ball at the moment. Liverpool just inside their own half. Chan, Van Dijk, now out to the right hand side, and Joe Gomez in a bit of room. Firmino comes short, but he's ignored. Back inside their own half they go to Matip. Now Chan on halfway, goes inside to the right and then tries to bend a pass back to the left. Salah again is really quick after it, a little bit leaden footed. The Watford markers come possession initially has done very well to win this corner for Liverpool.
Well, not many players could have made that ground up. Just the speed of Salah, exceptional there. Britos, I don't know why he's followed him from the left centre-back role all the way across. He's got to pass him on, just stay in his zone. To me, Watford, don't know if they're coming or going at the back at the minute.
No, it does look a bit all over the place. First corner of the match, Jordan Henderson will take it. Liverpool leading by a goal to nil. Henderson whips it towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away by Doucouré. Back to Mo Salah, into the feet of Firmino, looks to nip one round the corner back to Salah, but it doesn't quite come off. Now Pereira with his bleach blonde Mohican tries to make some yardage down the right hand side, but stopped by a recovering Wijnaldum, but it will be a throw to Watford.
Well, just looking at Liverpool's decision there to put the ball in the box, if you look at the height that Watford possessed, Prodal, Britos, Holebas, Mariappa, Doucouré, Capoue, I mean, these are really big time. Richarlison, Deeney, to me it's not on to put it into the box there, need to work it short.
Especially when they've created so much already on the ground, haven't they?
That's right. I mean, if that was Barcelona, they should get it down on the floor, work it short, do something clever. To me, there's no value in Liverpool just putting that into the box.
Given away by Capoue. Henderson on halfway, not quite pass right to Robertson that time, not quite enough gas on it. Pereira nicks it back for Watford on halfway. There's a jab by Doucouré over towards Olabas, but it's going to lie again. Mo Salah tidies up.
Well, again, you can just see how I think the hailstones or I don't think it's snow, but slight dusting of it has slowed the ball down. When it is passed along the floor, maybe need to put a bit more pace on it so it gets there.
Yeah, there is a little trail of white spray that follows the ball as it is passed along the deck here. It looks like, the wintry showers have stopped. Van Dijk, 10 yards inside his own half. To Matip, has time, bangs it forward, volleyed clear by Mariappa. Henderson, toe poked forward to Chan, round the corner, attempted pass for Firmino, cleared away, but Gomez has it at his feet again, 10 yards inside the Watford half, but Liverpool are patient. To the back four they go, and work it from right to left.
Well, they've looked good at the back, haven't they, and in the front, but it's when the ball goes into midfield, like Chan and Henderson and Wijnaldum, it hasn't quite gone with the same quality into the front.
Gomez, back to halfway again, and Joel Matip. Van Dijk, invited to bring the ball forward, which he does. Lays it off to Henderson. Now Liverpool can make some movement. Good ball into the box by Gomez from a wide right position. And Karnizes comes out and makes the save on the half volley.
Oh, brilliant ball into the box. Well spotted out wide by Henderson, but then Firmino just caught on his heels. Was a little bit too far in front of him, I guess, but good ball from Gomez.
Cleared long. It's gone over Van Dijk and Deeney. Henderson pushes it wide to the left, and Robertson back square to Henderson, still inside the Liverpool half just. Van Dijk. It's what Watford perhaps need to do a little bit more of as Deeney comes to pressurise the Dutchman, and he goes back to Karius. Henderson on halfway, picking up the pieces again, lob forward to Salah, who uses his pace to get away from Britos. Ball towards Firmino inside the penalty area, but catches the Brazilian offside. Free kick Watford.
Well, when I look at this Liverpool team, as you say, Watford need to do this more often, needs to go and press them and try and force the long ball, because when they do kick it long, Liverpool aren't going to win it. The height, the superior height Watford possess, means they're going to win every ball. Then it's a case of can they pick up the second ball.
Today's game is Jurgen Klopp's 50th home match in the Premier League. Got 49 wins so far. 99 Premier League matches in charge in total. Just look at the number of goals as well. 317 goals Liverpool have scored in that time. Incredible. So free kick to Liverpool on that far side inside his own half though, but again he's got all the time in the world as Watford just stand off him. Doesn't get anything long though, short and square to Wijnaldum. Now Van Dijk stretches a little bit from left to right, taken down on his chest by Gomez. Would you like to see Watford do a little bit more pressing, David, a little bit more urgency?
Well, just when they get tight like that, just Salah skips past them. It's the only problem, they're so talented up top, Liverpool.
Chan, little back heel trying to find Salah again, but intercepted by Capoue. And now they can perhaps break down the right hand side again up to the halfway line. And Pereira, Doucouré exchanges passes with Sebastian Prudel. Now it's with Pereira again.
I think those stats, as you said about Jurgen Klopp, is why really he's endeared himself to these fans, isn't it? You know you come to this stadium, you just know you're going to be entertained. Contrast that maybe with United, and it's not quite the case, but you can see why the fans love him. It's had such a great impact on the club.
Yeah, never lost consecutive Premier League games either. Jurgen Klopp, got to go back to the autumn of 2015 to find the last time that the Reds lost 2 in a row in the league under Brendan Rodgers. It's a proud record and a fine record. In any other season, it might just have got them a little bit closer to that elusive title. Not this year, but maybe they can finish best of the rest. That's certainly the target for them, and they can take advantage fully of everyone else's inactivity due to the FA Cup this weekend in terms of the rest of the top 5.
What a touch from Salah. He receives the ball straight, he's got Holebas in behind him, but he just uses the faintest part of his foot, probably his little toe really, to turn it round the corner. Great manipulation of the ball.
He's won a free kick. It's just left of centre. It's probably about 25 yards from goal or so. Henderson and Salah, the two men over it. Salah just covers his mouth as he talks to Henderson, trying to make sure that Watford can't understand what they're saying to each other. Lifted in by Salah, and looking for Firmino to arrive late at the back post. It's a header behind by Holebas, and a shrug of the shoulders from the Watford defender as well, as if to say, well, where was the shout, where was the help really?
Well, they took it early there, Salah, put one arm up. I don't think Watford were expecting that, 'cause they've got a very high line.
Corner from the far side this time, the second of the match. An in-swinger this time from the left boot of Salah towards the near post. It's over Firmino. It'll come for Joel Matip. He'll keep it in on this near side. He's playing a blind pass round the corner, but Wijnaldum has done very well to win it back for Liverpool inside the penalty area. Loses out though, and cleared away down the line by Kiko. Header by Gomez on halfway. Capoue. Go all the way back to Karnezis, approaching the halfway point of the first half here at Anfield. Liverpool leading by Mo Salah's goal on 4 minutes, his 25th of a truly exceptional season for the Egyptian. Long ball out to him by Virgil van Dijk, controls it well. Ball infield to Gomez, who takes the ball in his stride. Some real momentum to the Liverpool attack. Laid back off the Salah, cuts in from the left towards Sadio Mane. Now bounces back off Salah. Even the ricochets are falling for Liverpool at the moment, but Firmino can't take full advantage, and Watford just about survive. Holebas is terrible, straight out of play. Well thrown.
It was a terrible pass, but going back to Van Dijk, what a brilliant ball. Switch of play out wide to Mo Salah. He's just hogging that left-hand side between Holebas and Britos. Obviously they see that as a bit of a weak link. They don't really possess pace, do they, Holebas and Britos? Not enough to handle Salah anyway, whereas on the right-hand side with the Firmino, they do have that pace.
Matip to Henderson on halfway. Ball towards Mane, takes it inadvertently with his second touch. It was too strong though. But he's taking a flick off his Watford marker, Mariappa, and it's another corner to Liverpool.
Well, for all their short passing, it's actually the longer balls that have resulted in more direct play and more success. I would love to have seen Oxlade-Chamberlain play today. huge fan of his. It was at Southampton coming through when I was there. I just think he brings so much to this team in terms of energy from midfield.
Salah with an outswinger this time. It misses the first man, bounces around. Wijnaldum strikes it on the edge of the D, but it hits Olivas. Gomez will switch it back to the left, and Salah takes it on his chest first time and kills it instantly. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Henderson clips it long towards the far side. Up go the heads. It's won by Deeney above Firmino, but Van Dijk is there, but I think he carried it out of play. He has. And that'll be a throw to Watford. 22 and a half minutes gone. Liverpool 1, Watford 0. Mo Salah after 4 minutes. Throw taken high and long down the line, flicked back in field by Deeney, but I think that's gone out of play anyway, has it? Or is he not happy with the legality of the throw there by Olivas? No, I think he's just thrown it straight out of play. So Olivas has kicked it straight out of play and then thrown it straight out of play in the last minute or so. Anyway, Liverpool have the throw now. Gomez gets it back from Firmino, middle of the Watford half, wide on the right hand side. Richarlison comes across to make life difficult for Gomez, and he's done well there. It will be a throw to Liverpool, level with the edge of the penalty area on their right hand side. Gomez thinks about a quick one and then backs to the advertising hoardings, rubs it on his shirt, the ball, and throws it into the 6-yard box. It's good distance, and Olivas manages to clear it, and he's got a bit lucky there with his clearance, rebounding off Salah, away for a goal kick.
That's right, it was a long ball into the bottom. I'm surprised actually Liverpool won that. Watford have enough height to deal with that. Just looking at a goal again for Mo Salah. Britos just destroyed there. He's so quick, he can move the ball. He faked a shoot on his left, then cut back in onto his right. I wouldn't say it was a carbon copy of the Messi goal against Chelsea, but it was similar, very similar. Maybe the angle wasn't quite as tight. You would say Carnitas could do better. Look, Gomez is back on the bench today. I'm surprised he's not played, but I know he missed the game for personal reasons, and the manager's left him out.
Here they come though, Watford on a rare attack forward on the right hand side now. Kiko Firmino chasing the ball towards the corner flag, cleared away by Robertson to the feet of Mane. He's got time, as virtually every Liverpool player has had when they've had ball at their feet so far tonight. Whips long towards the right hand side by Van Dijk. It's the second lovely long range pass he's pinged by the Dutchman, but Watford eventually dispossess Gomez on the right, but go back to their goalkeeper Carnitas. One again in midfield by Van Dijk inside the centre circle. Wijnaldum crowded out by 3 yellow shirts though. And now Kiko finds Pereira, middle of his own half though. Ball in field to Decore. Now Capu. This is better. Kiko over halfway. Chance for Watford to take some momentum here. Pereira back to Kiko. Away from Wijnaldum. Crossfield pass by Capu, floated up, lands on the chest of Olivas, down the line to Richarlison. Cross comes Gomez, and which way has that gone? Gomez is definitely appealing for the throw, but I think it's going to go Watford's way.
Well, just again, looking at Liverpool, it looks like Emre Can is struggling, but I was going to say that their midfield is struggling. Henderson's turning the ball over too often, Wijnaldum the same. They just don't have that same quality, I feel. Fine at the back in terms of passing, gets into the mid-third, and that's when they struggle. Obviously in the front third, yeah, they look superb.
Yeah, it is that Liverpool midfield trio. It is quite samey, isn't it, with Can, Henderson and Wijnaldum. You mentioned Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's been on the bench as many times as he started this season, pretty much, so we haven't quite seen the full picture with him. Milner is an option, of course. He's out of the side today. He's on the bench though, and it looks like he's going to come on if Can can't carry on, which it doesn't look like the German is able to. A shake of the head from Emre Can, and he is leaving the field. Disappointing for him, lasting only 26 minutes. He's leaving the field on his own. He's not being supported by the physios or anything, so I suppose that's good news. He's definitely taken a knock, so he's come off because he can't continue. It's disappointing. Look on his face, a little shake of the head, and a little cuddle of encouragement from Jurgen Klopp, but he's off and James Milner is on.
Well, surprising, obviously Milner coming on, I feel they need a bit more creativity in there. Against a side that don't score away from home, their record's awful away from home, so to me they're here for the taking. I'll be bringing on Oxlade-Chamberlain, being a bit more adventurous, but what do I know? Not Jurgen Klopp.
Plenty. Well, Janus headed straight down the tunnel. Whether he seems to be clutching the small of his back with both hands, whether that's just the way he's chosen to walk, or whether that's where he's feeling the discomfort, I don't know, but gone straight down the tunnel with the physio to be assessed, and James Milner is on. Liverpool lead by a goal to nil, driven forward by Karnezis over halfway, taken on his chest by Gomez, away from Richarlison, but the Watford man has done his best to try and stick with him, but he's been shrugged off, and now he's released Salah has Gomez. Salah tries to return the compliment, but can't find his fullback. Whack long again. Richarlison is on the scamper here, but there's too much on it as the fair-haired Luis Karius comes to the edge of his area to collect. Now firmly established as Liverpool number one, of course. Played the last 8 Premier League games prior to tonight, conceding just 8 goals, 5 clean sheets as well.
Well, it's great skill from Gomez, wasn't it? He took that on the chest, and he's looked really impressive so far. He's strong, he's quick, he out-muscled Watford there on the ball.
Yeah, they're spoiled for choice, aren't they, at right back Liverpool? Another youngster, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's shown flashes of his immense talent and potential already this season. He's on the bench tonight. Gomez, of course, as I mentioned, a recent England international. He's looked pretty tasty too so far this half. Half an hour played. Liverpool ahead thanks to Mo Salah, and they finally look like they've got this left back position licked as well, don't they, Liverpool, with Andrew Robertson, who's been terrific.
He's been excellent. I really liked him at Hull. I thought he was outstanding for them. It's a very smart acquisition, not a lot of money, 8 million for a player of his quality who can improve and grow at the club. It's done ever so well.
Yeah, Moreno's played there, of course. James Milner has played there a lot for Liverpool, but Robertson has certainly looked the best of them.
Well, Henderson's been off the pace here. I know he's back in the side, but it's not the first time he's given possession away. He's trying to find Wijnaldum inside, receives it deep, but the pass is over here. Wijnaldum then commits the foul. I say that midfield area just letting Liverpool down at the minute.
Yeah, he's struggled, Jordan Henderson and Wijnaldum, to really both of them get in the game. Taking away this free kick to Watford. It's a good distance out, must be 30 yards at least, to the left of centre. The big men are forward, which is pretty much everyone in the Watford side.
Well, they've got such a high line here, Liverpool. They're about 10 yards outside the area.
Olivas whips it in towards Prudel, back inside towards Deeney, but he had to be offside. Indeed he was. Free kick Liverpool.
Let's see it again. Goes fractionally early, Prudel. Not a lot in it. Millimetres in it, I guess, or centimetres.
He's one of the highest defensive hits I've seen for a free kick from that sort of range, David. Incredible. Watford have it again, though. They pick it up down the right-hand side. Pereira will do well to keep this in. He has done. Mane is there, but lovely skill by Pereira. Inside the penalty area, the ball along towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Doesn't find a teammate. Instead, the right boot of Joel Matip turns it away. He's done well there, Matip, because he hasn't conceded a corner, which might have been the initial instinct. He's managed to whack it away for a throw. Kiko takes, and they'll get another throw off Sadio Mane.
Well, incredible invention there from Pereira. Forced down the line, looked at nowhere to go really. Did a little chop back inside through the legs of Mane, but again, who's guilty of giving away possession? Henderson. You can hear the crowd getting on his back. He's got to do better. Look, Jordan, he came through when I was at Sunderland. He's a terrific young lad, but he's the type of player who needs to play regularly on this sort of pitch when he's been out and really test his touch. You can see that his touch and his passing are off at the minute.
Ball is whacked onto that far side first half. And after conceding after 4 minutes, I suppose, if you're trying to be positive for Watford, they'll be pleased that it is still only 1-0. Here's Richarlison trying to unlock the defence here from range with a ball all the way along the ground for Pereira, but it's too strong. Karius comes out, rolls it along the ground, and Liverpool overplay. Gomez behind, and a long ball forward, releases Firmino, and can't make the most of it, the Brazilian. The flag was up on the far side, so he'll be relieved at that. It was slow to go up, I reckon, because they played on for quite a while. Ball over the top by Matip. Our replay is not at the right angle, actually, and the linesman put his flag up well after the original pass was struck, and virtually after Firmino was about to bear down on the edge of the penalty area. Late decision.
It was late, and Mariappa to me is playing Firmino one side, but Milner's come on again, lost possession. Just been so poor in that middle area, that middle third, Liverpool.
Yeah, they haven't really allowed the heralded front three to really express themselves. Salah has got the goal, but Firmino and Mane haven't really had much impact so far. It's a touch by Firmino, that's a bit better. Salah running through again, very good sliding tackle by Sebastian Prudl, and he gets up again, but he gives it away. Good and bad from the centre half. Here's Firmino, wants to run it through towards Milner, and again Prudl's a bit pedestrian. Eventually he gets back and blocks the cross by Milner, and it will be a corner to Liverpool.
As you say, he was pedestrian there, turned his back, really expecting the cross, and then Firmino just toying with him. It just feels like if you get the ball into that final third, something will happen. Just getting that ball to them enough. They were in actually because they did a long ball, actually missed out the middle third, Liverpool. Seems like a better option at the minute.
Salah with the corner towards the far post. It's too high for Firmino. And he had a bit more gel on his hair and a bit more spike in his fringe. He might have got something on that, but not quite. He goes away for a goal kick to Watford.
Well, again, I'm surprised they put that in the box. Like, Matip is big, don't get me wrong. Dijk, obviously. But Watford just have far superior height. Something a bit cleverer there. No wonder Liverpool are looking at this in terms of how, if Man City are looking at this, in terms of how Liverpool play. Get the ball into the middle third, just press them, we'll win it back. Obviously for that quarter-final coming up, big game.
Yep, the perfect draw for Manchester United fans, according to Jurgen Klopp. I guess neutrals or fans of English teams in Europe would have wanted them to be kept apart, but I suppose it does guarantee an English team in the semi-finals, which helps ultimately, of course. Here is Mo Salah again, keeping the ball alive on that right-hand side. Ball into the area is repelled away. Henderson back into the box. It falls for Mane, still going, but the whistle blows. I think offside again is the decision. Whether it was Firmino or whether it was Mane or possibly Salah on the right remains to be seen. We'll get a replay. Here it comes. It's Van Dijk. Oh no, it's Firmino, beg his pardon, who was miles offside when the ball was clipped in.
But he wasn't the intended target, I guess. That's the only thing. It was Mane. Just he came across the line of Mane. I think it's a tough one, but who'd be assistant referee? I'm not sure he got that one right. I think you've got to be really clear.
Good job it was offside, because Britos completely clattered Mane. It would have been a penalty. Header towards the far side by Richarlison. Doesn't quite generate enough power. It's an easy catch for Karius, but a super cross from the right-hand touchline. Watford's first sight on goal. At least they've got something on target.
Well, he's so talented in the air, Richarlison. He's a Brazilian who's obviously good on the floor, as you'd expect, but he's so good in the air. Hard to stop. Joe Gomez was nowhere near him there. Good stop, though, from Karius. It's a comfortable save, but he gets up well. Richarlison, he's big, he's strong. Doesn't mind the ugly side either. Get stuck in, make tackles, compete in the air.
Well, was so good for Watford in the first half of the season especially, but he's on a bit of a drought in front of goal, not scored since the back end of November in the Premier League. No goal in 18 top flight matches for him, and 20 right across the board. 5 goals this season for him, so the way way he started the campaign, it has been a bit disappointing for him. But at least he had an effort there, got above his man. You're right, David. Gomez was absolutely nowhere. Just couldn't generate enough power.
Well, it shows inexperience there. Gomez caught under the ball.
Salah laid off to Mane on the edge of the penalty area. Might come back for him, but can't quite control it. Kiko releases Pereira down the right. Across comes Henderson. He's beaten very easily. Pereira's still going. Everything to his left, though. Dini and Richarlison making their way into the penalty area. Ball doesn't come in, though, at the moment. Doucouré back to Mariappa, and has the momentum led away from this move. Back to Pereira, switches play from right to left. Here's a bit of room for Britos, who's had a pretty rough first half so far. Olivas. Now Liverpool are back in numbers and formation. Kiko, he's got Doucouré and Pereira in support. He finds Doucouré, time to whip it in, takes a flick off the man Henderson. Dini can't get there, ball lands on the edge of the penalty area. They let it bounce. Milner is first to it, gets it back from Sadio Mane, and a lovely ball by Milner with the outside of the right boot. Only Salah is there. Firmino joining the late attack. Here he is, little touch, and inside the penalty area, and a great save. Really good stop on the Watford keeper. A fast Liverpool break. Salah teeing up Firmino, and only a top save from the goalkeeper denies Liverpool a second goal.
Oh, it's a brilliant break. I've been critical of their midfield, Liverpool, but that time Milner, a great ball down the line, used the outside of his right, released Salah, and the presence of mind to know Firmino is inside, picked him out brilliantly. Great piece of skill, was it, from Firmino to chop back inside. I think though if he'd have gone low, he might have scored. He went high, just allowed Canisius to get his arms up.
It is a corner though for Liverpool. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Swung in by Milner. Van Dijk is there. A couple of bodies hit the turf. Britos is remonstrating with the referee. He says he was fouled by Virgil van Dijk. Wanted a free kick. He's not going to get it. In fact, he's going to get back into position because it's another corner to Liverpool. They take it short this time. Milner to Firmino. Back into the area by Milner along the ground. Cleared away. Robertson will take it under control, but he's got to go back towards the halfway line. Round the corner from Gomez. Now Henderson just inside his own half. Hit long. Virgil van Dijk has stayed up following the corner. He's beaten in the air by Mariappa. Unfairly, according to the Liverpool man. Referee not interested. And out it goes for a throw. The ref, I should have mentioned this earlier actually, is Anthony Taylor. Significant because he refereed the match between these two at Vicarage Road on the opening day. Throw to Watford. 5 minutes to go to half time. Liverpool lead it by a goal to nil, and only a very good save from Restis Karnisis has prevented them from doubling their money through Roberto Firmino. Dini has had to come deep to win the ball for his team. It's a meaty pass out to his right hand side. It's a little bit strong for Kiko. Robertson will get there first, and Van Dijk will tidy things up. Karius with time. Eventually clears it right-footed, looking to find Salah, but he's never going to win that above Olivas.
And that's their problem, I think, Liverpool, when they are forced to go long, just not going to retain it, don't have that height up top. They need it all to ground, on the feet, on the floor.
Robertson goes long down the line. Mane is in behind Mariappa here, has a quick look up, and then he overhits the cross. And well behind Mo Salah. And Olivas will pick it up on the left-hand side, a couple of yards in from the touchline. One back very well by Wijnaldum though. Henderson has time again. Looks left, goes right to Gomez. Ball to Milner, nice little flick to Milner. I can't quite return the pass to him, otherwise he was in. Liverpool looking to crank up the pressure here and the momentum. 3.5 minutes to go to half time. They lead it by a goal to nil. Firmino, heavy first touch, but Capu is quite a long way away from him, so he keeps the ball. Finds Henderson. Robertson, infield to Mane, returns the pass to Robertson. Great ball in towards Salah. It's 2-0. It's a hits for the season. Both of them have been from close range, both of them with the right boot, and Liverpool cruising now, closing in on half-time. Salah with both goals, Liverpool 2, Watford 0.
Well, Salah grabbed the headlines, and rightly so, but the cross from Robertson is absolutely remarkable. Great 1-2 into Mane, and then on the run he delivers it along the 6-yard box, absolutely pinpoint perfect. And Salah just taps it home, 2 goals with his right foot. His weaker side, but you put balls in a box like that, you finish them all day long. The work though before that from Robertson was just fantastic. Super full-back play, great little ball inside into Mane. The return pass from Mane was equally good with his left foot, his weaker left foot. But the ball in the box was just brilliant.
I mean, as a striker, David, I mean, you dream about that, don't you? Those sorts of crosses in.
It's just on a plate, just had to tap it home. The goalkeeper couldn't come for it because it was going away from goal. Just perfect.
He really has added that dimension, hasn't he, to Liverpool down the left-hand side. Andrew Robertson, an absolute snip at 8 mil. Arguably, well, of course, Salah's the best piece of business that they've done in recent times, but such an astute pickup by Jurgen Klopp, it really is. And it was a wonderful, wonderful cross. It was a beautifully constructed goal, actually. Simple, clean, ruthless.
But you can just hear the Anfield faithful there chanting his name. That's how much they think of him. They know Salah scored the goal and get the headlines, but they know all the work that went into that goal beforehand was down to Robertson. Look, they've had a proud tradition here of Scottish players and players from Ireland. So I grew up as a Liverpool fan. Robertson, it seems like he's the next one.
Ball up to Deeney. Watford now with a very, very hard task. I suppose now main priority is trying to keep it respectable. 1-0 at half-time would have been okay, but that second goal has really been a bit of a blow. The timing as well, just a couple of minutes before half-time. As we tick towards the end of the first period, we'll wait to see how many minutes will be added. It might be 1 or 2, because we've had an injury to Emre Can. Watford attempt to get something going again, and thought originally they might get a free kick there in decent position, but in the end offside, I think.
Well, it was offside. It's the right call, but I don't know why Anthony Taylor just didn't let play continue, playing advantage, because Liverpool intercepted and were on the attack, just slowed the game down. I sort of worry about VAR and no VAR. I think the ball's out of play a long time in football anyway. There's a lot of free kicks. Can we actually quicken the game up rather than slow it down?
Closing in on half-time. Liverpool lead it by 2-0. Here's Matip. Back to Karius. Clears it long.
You can hear someone saying their challenge, which is right, but every time the ball goes back to kind of Karius in goal, you just know they're not going to win at Liverpool.
No.
And that's where, Watford there need to take that down rather than head it forward, take it down on their chest and then try and keep the ball. I guess for sides facing Liverpool, they'll be saying, well, look, force them back and try and make them kick it long.
Yep, but it's been a terrific first half for Liverpool, and usual service resumed at Anfield. 2 goals from Mo Salah on 4 minutes and 43, put on plates on both occasions. First by Sadio Mane's wonderful pass and a beautifully constructed goal. Andrew Robertson's gorgeous centre from the left-hand side, and Salah couldn't miss either of them. Liverpool in cruise control at half-time. Liverpool 2, Watford 0. You're listening to Premier League Live.
Premier League football is a truly global game, and TalkSport is the global audio partner of the Barclays Premier League.
It's a massive goal!
With live commentary of all 380 matches this season, available at TalkSport.com in English, Spanish or Mandarin every weekend.
What a goal! What a fantastic strike!
The event horizon of world-class football. Visit TalkSport.com to find out more.
If you're outside the UK and Ireland, we've got you covered.
Gets away from another. Coming into the top corner. It is a moment of Merseyside magic from Mo Salah. He's done it again.
Sports International Service covers every Premier League match live.
With the in the penalty area. Dips one. Oh, that is a magnificent goal from Jermaine Defoe. Absolutely stunning from Jermaine Defoe.
Full commentary, pre- and post-match analysis, and goals as they go in from every single Premier League match.
Lanzini back to Arnautovic. He's inside the box. There is his first goal for West Ham. Arnautovic took it beautifully. He curled it low past Courtois.
Hear goals as they go in from around the grounds during our featured commentary match.
Rolls it into the feet. Little layup. Arfield. Can you get past that? 5 minutes. 1-0. Arfield opens the scoring in the 45th minute. Burnley's strike against the 10th man of Watford.
Every game is covered.
Boyd lifts it in left-footed. It's a deep cross. It's headed on by Mounier. And it's 2 for Mounier. Well, like London buses, the goals are now pouring in for Steve Mounier.
Get involved in debates, ask in-game questions to our commentary team, and get goal updates with @TalkSport Live on Twitter.
Here's Gale. Good shot, goal. Dwight Gale's put Newcastle level. Crisp low shot from the edge of the penalty area. Low pass, Schmeichel in a flag.
This is Premier League Live.
Crosses to Olivier Giroud. Equaliser for Arsenal. And as so often, Olivier Giroud off the bench to rescue Arsene Wenger.
Kick-by-kick commentary, expert opinion, international coverage of the world's most exciting football league. Premier League Live. Brought to you by TalkSport Live.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game involves the two things in life you love the most:
Football and money.
Exactly predict 10 or more Premier League scores and win £1 million sterling.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game.
Register now at talksport.com/predictor and play for free throughout the season. Win £1 million sterling.
£1 million.
Players must be 18 or over. See talksport.com/predictor for full conditions.
At the break at Anfield, Liverpool lead Watford by 2 goals to 0, and no real surprises who's got them either. Here are the highlights of the first half. Touch for Mane, back to him from Salah. Salah inside the penalty area. Britos is there, and then he's fallen over. That's dangerous, allowing Mo Salah freedom inside the penalty area. There's a late run into the box by Emre Can. He can't quite take the ball with him through towards goal. Mane releases Salah again inside the penalty area. Wants to check on that left-hand side. Does so. Oh, they're back onto his right and tucks it into the corner of the net from the angle on 8 yards. Liverpool hit the front at Anfield. It's who else but Mo Salah. Only Salah is there. Firmino joining the late attack. Here he is. Little touch and inside the penalty area, and a great save. Robertson, great ball in towards Salah. It's 2-0. It's a wonderful Liverpool goal. Yeah, 2 goals from Mo Salah. His incredible season just keeps going and going. It's now 26 goals in the Premier League to go with his 10 assists. It's only his 32nd appearance of the season as well. Absolutely incredible stuff. He was on a bit of a drought as well with Salah. Well, I say drought. He hadn't scored in his previous 2 games in all competitions, but he's made amends tonight so far with 2, very easily taken goals thanks to the quality of Liverpool's approach play. Sadio Mane teeing him up beautifully on 4 minutes, and then one of the most sumptuous crosses you'll see from a marauding left back, Robertson on a plate, and Salah from 5 or 6 yards out with his right foot again, couldn't really miss. David Connolly, it's been really an exhibition from Liverpool on the counter-attack, hasn't it? They haven't really had much resistance though coming back at them.
No, I mean, obviously they possess so much firepower up top. Liverpool, Watford have just found it too much to handle, them too hot to handle, particularly Salah. Obviously he's the standout player, and as you say, his statistics are just staggering. Robertson with a remarkable cross in. It was just on a plate, on the run, brilliant ball into the box, and Mo Salah doesn't miss then, does he?
You feel a bit sorry for Miguel Britos?
Well, look, I think the decision to bring him him in. I know Javi Garcia spoke about having a plan or doing something different, but I think it's such a hard ask to bring a player back into the team, playing him left side of a back three, and they've chopped and changed, haven't they, from a back four to a back three, to change formation and expect something, up against Mo Salah, arguably the best player in the league this season. I just think it's a lot to handle, and particularly Holebas, because he doesn't have the pace to help him either. So, every time the ball's gone into that part of the pitch, they've looked so vulnerable, Watford. I'm not sure Garcia's got this one right, to be honest.
No, certainly Britos and Holebas between them have not been able to do what Ashley Young managed very successfully last weekend at Old Trafford, and keeping Mo Salah quiet. Richarlison's header, 37-38 minutes from the heart of the penalty area, easily saved by Karius. I mean, that's been about it from Watford, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. They haven't really got into the final third enough. It's been Liverpool that dominated the ball and have the better chances. I guess, look, they do possess some height. Well, they possess a lot of height. If they do get a set piece, it looks like something may happen, but they haven't looked threatening whatsoever, have they, in that first 45?
Only looks like it's going to end one way here. Liverpool leading by 2-0 at the break. Watford's problems on the road at the moment continuing. Their record has been fairly wretched. Just 1 point from the last possible 24 available. They don't look like they're going to improve on that record at the moment. We'll look ahead now to the FA Cup, which resumes here on Premier League Live with TalkSport a little later on. 7:45 UK kick-off time. Manchester United, of course, beat Liverpool in the league last week at home against Brighton and Hove Albion, who are going very well under Chris Hughton in the Premier League. Let's hear from both managers now, Hughton and Jose Mourinho.
One day when I leave, the next Manchester United manager will find here Lukaku, Matic, of course De Gea from many years ago. They will find players with a different mentality, with a different quality, with a different background, with a different status, with a different know-how.
I mean, to go through would be wonderful for this club. There is no doubt about that. Whoever gets through, or whoever the team that gets through plays in the next stages, just to go through in this competition. And we've had that good feeling in the previous rounds that we've had.
The next match, I will be the first to go out. I respect the fans. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of my responsibilities.
This is important for us, and we certainly see the two separate. We all know that the biggest priority for this football club is to make sure that we're playing Premier League football next season.
Yeah, and that looks like the case. Chris Hughton's done an excellent job at Brighton so far. Jose Mourinho certainly had his say this week, David, didn't he? Something like held court for 12 minutes, giving an answer to the press conference about his reputation more than anything else. Jose being Jose. Where do you see this one going? Has Brighton got a chance here?
Yes, I think they do have a chance. I guess with Jose, who was asking the questions there? It wasn't the press, was it? So he came with his own agenda, and I don't think anyone was going to get in the way of that. Obviously, you've got a press officer there who I guess will curtail that, say, right, that's it, thanks very much, and no one's asked a question. So it was like Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream, but I think it was I Have Heritage, or anyway, something like that.
But United certainly start the game as favourites. Quick word on Brighton, though. Hughton's done more than a half decent job, hasn't he?
He has. I mean, he's done a very good job. They made some good signings, astute signings. Had to go abroad, I guess, to get some value, and you'd have to say that those signings have done well for them. Obviously, allied to the players they already had in terms of coming through the leagues, the likes of Murray, and they've done terrific, and no one can take that away from them. They're going to be in the league next season. That's a wonderful achievement, I think.
A place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup is up for grabs. Tottenham Hotspur already there, of course, beating Swansea earlier today. Manchester United against Brighton is up after we've done and dusted here at Anfield. Kevin Hatchard is your commentator for that one. Half time here at Anfield, though. Second half on the way. Liverpool 2, Watford 0. You're listening to Premier League Live.
Premier League football is a truly global game, and TalkSport is the global audio partner of the Barclays Premier League.
It's a massive goal!
With live commentary of all 380 matches this season, available at TalkSport.com in English, Spanish or Mandarin every weekend.
What a goal! What a fantastic strike!
The event horizon of world-class football. Visit talksport.com to find out more.
If you're outside the UK and Ireland, we've got you covered.
Salah into the penalty area. Mo Salah gets it through. Firmino! 3-0. Counter-attacking football at its best. Roberto Firmino.
TalkSport's international service covers every Premier League match live.
Here's Aguero trying to find a way through. Sergio Aguero, as he does so well. Brilliant goal. Marvellous goal by Sergio Aguero.
Full commentary, pre- and post-match analysis, and goals as they go in from every single Premier League match.
Ball comes in towards Willian, breaks back to Pedro. It's 3-0 to Chelsea, and it's all too easy.
Hear goals as they go in from around the grounds during our featured commentary match.
Calvert-Lewin gets it back from Rooney as well. Again, better from Everton. Crosses the middle. It's Leonard with the header this time. The keeper spills it, and Wayne Rooney turns it home.
Every game is covered.
Mesut Ozil wants it back. This could be a lovely goal. Mesut Ozil into Olivier Giroud. Arsenal have doubled their advantage. It's a simply superb goal from Arsenal. A beautiful collective move.
Get involved in debates. Ask in-game questions to our commentary team and get goal updates with @TalkSport Live on Twitter.
Here's the corner, swung in well on, header's in, it's a goal! West Ham have equalised, and Cheku Kouyaté is celebrating. The equaliser for West Ham from the corner in the final minute of the first half.
This is Premier League Live.
Headed away that time by Stevens, and that's deflected and in! Ashley Young with a shot, it's off of Lewis Dunk, and it goes into the top corner. Ashley Young will take the credit for it, but it's a wicked deflection off of Lewis Dunk.
Kick-by-kick commentary, expert opinion, international coverage of the world's most exciting football league. Premier League Live. Brought to you by TalkSport Live.
Go to TalkSport.com and sign up now to play the free TalkSport Predictor game. Predict the results of the English Premier League games this season for the chance to win top-flight weekly prizes. From the Gunners getting away goals at Anfield to epic finishes at the Etihad. Click TalkSport.com/predictor and register now for the chance to go top of the table in the ultimate football fan tournament. The TalkSport English Premier League Predictor game. Available online and for free at TalkSport.com/predictor. Welcome to TalkSport's coverage of Liverpool against Watford from Anfield. I'm your host Dan Wheeler. Alongside me is the former Leicester, Feyenoord and Watford striker David Connolly. You're listening to Premier League Live here at Anfield. It's just about to start in the second half. Here come the teams. Watford out first, Liverpool not far behind, and the snow is now started to fall again. We had a bit of snow and a bit of hail, a bit of sleet in the first half, then it went away, but now it seems to be back with a bit of vengeance. A bitterly cold night here on Merseyside, but so far Liverpool have produced some warming stuff. They lead Watford by 2-0, and no surprises that the source of those goals has been Mohamed Salah. His wonderful season continuing. He's now 26 Premier League goals for the Egyptian, to go with his 10 assists as well. Stunning stuff. Liverpool, if they can hang on to these 3 points significantly as well in the table, of course, as everyone else in the top 5 are playing today through FA Cup commitments. Liverpool leapfrogging above Spurs into third place if they can hold on, going 2 points clear, and reining in Manchester United to just 2 points as well, and significantly they have a better goal difference. David Colley, I know that was piquing your interest at half time.
Well, that's right. You know, if they can get a couple more goals here, they could overhaul. Well, they are at the minute overhauling United, and I guess it showed Ian Rush in the stand. He was one of my idols when I was growing up. Looking at Liverpool, I guess Salah is a new idol for a lot of fans.
As Firmino initially has an opportunity to thread it through to Salah. Underway, of course, here in the second half. Seconds old here, and Liverpool looking to close out win number 18 of the Premier League season so far and extend this unbeaten run at home. Of course, it would be 18 Premier League games if they can hang on here. Got to go back to April the 23rd last year when they last lost on their own ground, a 2-1 defeat to Crystal Palace. They haven't gone a whole season without losing at home in the Premier League for a decade. Swung in towards Firmino on the penalty spot, gets good power on the header, but not quite in the corner enough. Easy save for Canizis.
Well, I don't think that's the best type of cross really for Liverpool. It's great when they do break behind lines and deliver balls in the box, but that was so deep from Henderson, and Firmino's taking the header on 12 yards out. He's got no chance really of scoring.
Salah caught offside. That gives us a chance to run through the two teams for you. Karius in goal for Liverpool. Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson the back four. Wijnaldum and Henderson and Milner now the three in midfield. Milner coming on for the injured Emre Can in the first half. Mane and Salah either side of Firmino. For Watford, Canizis in goal. Mariappa, Prudl and Britos the back three. Kiko and Olibas the wing backs. Capu and Doucouré the holding midfielders. Pereira and Richarlison doing their best to help out their lone striker Troy Deeney. Watford in their yellow shirts, black shorts and black socks, kicking from right to left in this second period. Have a throw midway inside the Liverpool half, who are all in red of course tonight, as the snow gets a little bit thicker. 2 minutes played in this second half. Hurled long by Olivas towards Prudl, headed away by James Milner. Salah with the tackle on Olivas, releasing Milner up towards Firmino, away by Doucouré. Liverpool will pick it up again on the far side with Robertson midway inside his own half. Spanks a pass from left to right, beautiful as well, almost, but very, very good defending on that occasion by Olivas. A diving header, needed to be there, otherwise Salah might have been in behind him.
That's right, and those types of balls actually have worked out for Liverpool today. Not necessarily the ones that are going to Firmino and the like in the air to try and win a flick on, but actually just to go straight in behind the defence. Olivas did well there. Not so well on the long throw. He didn't quite get the distance, did he, earlier? I think a lot of players are expecting that to go further. Maybe it's the wind. You can see it whirling around.
Firmino with time. Middle of the Watford half. Ball is just behind Wijnaldum. That allows Pereira to pick it up on the edge of the centre circle. And now Kiko will make some yardage up towards halfway. He's tracked though by Wijnaldum. Loose ball. Almost Firmino picks it up, but a sliding. Mariappa wins it back, but well played by Milner inside the centre circle, releasing Salah. Now Mane on the edge of the D, but Watford get back just in time to close the door. Britos and Prudl just about keeping it closed. Henderson, who's had a rusty first half, releasing Salah down the right. Britos half-hearted challenge, still with Salah tight on the byline. The little cross and the little flick, it's 3-0. Firmino gets his goal, and that familiar broad smile across the face of the Brazilian. 2 goals for Salah and an assist. Firmino gets in on the act with a little deft flick at the near post into the far corner, and Liverpool extend their advantage. Liverpool 3, Watford 0.
Well, no surprise, Salah at the heart of things just skips past Britos like he wasn't there again. Britos ends up on his backside, then he puts in a brilliant ball into the box. It's just slightly behind Firmino. Does ever so well though, just angles his body, uses a little Cruyff type flick to knock it in behind him. Just came off the inside of his knee by the looks of it. Brilliant invention, wasn't it? Ever so clever. But Watford have been destroyed down their left hand side. Mo Salah has just been sensational. Britos has got no answer. I'm amazed that they haven't changed it. Garcia, it's too little too late now. 3-0, there's no way back.
14 Premier League goals now for Roberto Firmino. Now scored home and away against Watford this season. It's now 4 in his last 5 Premier League games against the Hornets. He's weighed in with 3 assists during that time as well. He's been the right nemesis of Watford, and he's on the score sheet again. Now all it needs is Sadio Mane to score like he did on the opening day, and Liverpool will have repeated the trick with their Holy Trinity up front. Liverpool 3, Watford 0. 2 goals and assist for Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino. And here's a strike from distance from Olivas. That's not a million miles away, almost rippling the side netting. Karius will reckon he had it covered.
Well, it's ambitious, wasn't it? Olivas cutting inside onto his right foot. Good 25 yards out, just flashes past the near post.
from Roberto Firmino takes him level with Robinho on 14 goals. That's the most scored by a Brazilian in a single Premier League season. Robinho did it back in 2008-09, long time ago now. But, Firmino is level with him, and he wouldn't back against him breaking that particular record between now and the end of the season. A foul by Joe Gomez, and he's got a yellow card for that tug back, I think on Olivas, but it's a free kick to Watford in a good position here, a yard maybe so outside the penalty area on the Watford left hand side. Pereira and Olivas, the two men over it, Mane and Salah, the two men in the Liverpool wall. Deeney is there, Britos is there, Mariappa is there, Prudel, Richarlison too. Needs a good delivery here from Pereira. Oh, he struck the top of the bar and over for a goal kick. Very nearly 3-1. Terrific effort from Pereira. Had plenty of men to aim at there, but he thought, I'll have a go myself, and very nearly pulled out a cracker.
Well, he's been their brightest player. Pereira is just to the left of the box. He whips it up and over. Just comes off the top of the bar, as you say. But going back to Watford and Britos, I mean, it's been a wretched display, hasn't it? He's been awful.
Here's Mane. Prudel seemingly manhandles into the ground, but the referee Anthony Taylor is happy with that. Robertson wins it back for Liverpool. Firmino gives it away to Troy Deeney, but he's inside his own half. Deeney goes to the left hand side. Olivas comes in field away from Joe Gomez, now goes on the outside. Ball to Doucouré, infield to Capu. Olivas, not for the first time in this match, kicks it straight out of play.
Incredible. I mean, I've barely heard Deeney's name.
Yeah.
Just haven't seen him in almost forgot he's playing. Just hasn't been in the game whatsoever.
Yeah, you can say that from about a lot of Watford players. Richarlison's header in the first half straight at Karius, and then the free kick from Pereira which kissed the top of the crossbar just a couple of moments ago. That's been about it for Watford. Hopes weren't high, of course, given their wretched record on the road just recently and their failure to score in the last 4 games away from Vicarage Road. At the moment it's not getting any better for them. Liverpool lead it by 3-0. Starting to enjoy themselves. Henderson ball, lovely play from Gomez inside the area. The cutback is deflected away by Prudel. Good job too, because Mane and Firmino were waiting. Watford bring it clear. Richarlison got to go on his own here, but he can't collect his own forward pass, and Liverpool can smuggle it back and begin again.
Well, it's good play from Gomez again, wasn't it? He's really lively in an attacking sense, and he's so strong as well defensively. I know he's only a young boy, but competes ever so well. He's quite aggressive.
Here's Gomez again. Back to Matty. Mentioned that Liverpool could go unbeaten at home for a whole season since 2008-09. You look at the home matches to come, and they've got a very good opportunity of doing that. After today, their remaining 3 home games of the season are against Bournemouth, Stoke and Brighton as it stands at the moment. They do have back-to-back away trips next to Crystal Palace and Everton. They go to West Brom and Chelsea. And that game against Chelsea, the penultimate match of the season, looking like it might be the decider for who finishes in the top 4. We'll have to wait and see. But certainly, David, you look at that fixture list, particularly at Anfield, they have a terrific chance here, not only to go throughout the whole season unbeaten at home, but also nail down that potential second spot.
Well, you wouldn't put it past them on their performances at the minute. Obviously they came up short, slightly short against United, but I think that's because of the display at the back.
Pereira almost picking up the chest pass from Deeney following a long throw. Olivas with another opportunity to swing it in, but it's far too close to Karius, who makes the easy catch.
He's just catch match in practice. Vicarious, awful delivery in from Olivas. But going back to Liverpool, I mean, it gives you hope when you're a young player, maybe playing lower down. Obviously, they signed him from Charlton, same with Robertson. Maybe those sort of smaller clubs, you know, they're not afraid to dip into those sorts of areas, Liverpool, are they? And they're getting good value, and obviously they're good enough as well. They just need an opportunity.
Robertson has a quick look up, doesn't get enough elevation on the ball towards Firmino though. Cleared away. Pereira doing his defensive duty well. Kiko, that's nice from Doucouré. Ball in field back towards Pereira, but it's a poor ball back to Doucouré, and Liverpool can come again. Henderson just short of the halfway line, chips it to the right hand side, and Gomez a little behind him, but he's got plenty of time to just stop, check his run and carry on. Can't find Firmino though, and Watford managed to break it up on the edge of their own D. Prudel potentially playing with fire with a short sharp triangle between three players there, under pressure from Salah and Firmino, but they clear it away up to Deeney, takes it on his chest, back to the halfway line. Now sprayed out by Capoue on that far side. Doucouré back to Mariappa. Pereira, Mariappa again. This is better from Watford. Sustained period of pressure, but not really hurting Liverpool. Still on halfway. Banged crossfield by Prudel. That's an excellent ball to Olivas. In behind Gomez for once. Olivas driving towards the byline. Stands up a really good cross. Little bit too close to Karius though, I suppose, as Deeney was doing his best to arrive late. But in the end, simple for the Liverpool keeper.
As you say, brilliant ball, wasn't it, to open the play from Prudel, but you just think when the ball goes wide here at Olivas, you're not filled with confidence that maybe something will happen in terms of the quality into the box. Another easy take for Karius there.
Salah beaten by the right boot of Prudel, clears it long. One back by Robertson, now releasing Henderson. A quick look up and a ball over the top looking for Firmino. Oh, he's got the wrong side here of Britos inside the penalty area, crossing towards the byline, turning one way then the other, loses his footing and then still manages to get the ball in when he's sitting on his backside. Deflected away by Mariappa. There were appeals for handball there towards the referee, but Anthony Taylor not interested. Be a Liverpool throw.
Well, again, Britos has gone to ground, diving in. It's been one of the most abject displays I think I've seen from a defender for a long time. It just looks not at the level. Liverpool just toying with him. That time it was Firmino. Too clever, too sharp, too quick, too bright.
Yeah, it looks like he picked the wrong week for a recall, Britos. Ball by Henderson. Again finds Salah close to the byline though, shepherded away from the penalty area. Richarlison with a foot in and inside the penalty area. Salah has been a little bit too energetic in that challenge on Olivas. It's going to be a free kick to Watford. Hour played at Anfield, nearly. Liverpool leading by 3-0. 2 goals from Salah in the first half. Firmino in the second has them at the moment, going third in the Premier League table. They have played a game more than everyone else around them though, of course. But crucially, I suppose, from a Champions League perspective, 7 points clear of Chelsea, currently in 5th.
Well, apart from Man City, I mean, they've lost the least amount of games, haven't they, Liverpool?
Yeah, just 4 defeats so far.
And you just wonder whether they're just up against, obviously, a team in City that are just on a different level at the minute. Always seems to be the case, though, doesn't it? Liverpool always maybe come up just slightly short, but I don't think there's any disgrace in that. If they are going to finish behind City, or possibly United, but definitely behind City, I mean, they've been a standout team all season.
Yeah, no disgrace to lose to Manchester City this season, definitely. They've been so good for so long, haven't they? But Liverpool, of course, did them in the Premier League in that classic 4-3, and the only defeat for Pep Guardiola so far. They meet again, of course, in the Champions League quarter-finals. But at the moment, Liverpool hell-bent bent on finishing as runners-up. Gomez with the ball into the penalty area to Firmino. Deft little header from the Brazilian under huge pressure from Prudel, and he's just wide of that right-hand post. Goal kick to Watford.
It was a brilliant ball in again from Gomez. One touch out of his feet, just delivers it about 10 yards out. Perfect. Right onto Firmino's head. He's just got to direct that in. Just misjudges it, doesn't he? I don't know if he's put off knowing Prodel's maybe going to raise his foot, but brilliant.
I mean, at first glance, David, I thought that's not a bad effort, the whip and the bend on the cross, but actually with that slow-mo replay we've just seen, that was a pretty decent chance, wasn't it? Because it was a wonderful cross, and he hardly made any contact at all. That was a good opportunity.
Well, I guess if that was someone like an Aguero, he would just power that down into the back of the net. I don't think heading is necessarily one of Bobby Firmino's strongest points, but you know, that's where I guess Liverpool, if you look at them, do they have that extra little bit of something? If that might be Suarez, I guess, or if they're looking to the next level, Aguero in the box, would they finish that with their head? That's the next thing, I think.
Watford are getting ready to make a change. Looks like it might be Will Hughes who's going to come on. We'll wait to see. 62 minutes gone at Anfield. Whoever comes on for Watford have a huge task trying to haul them back into this game. 3-0 down. They have a throw.
Well, I think Hughes, it's good that he's at least back fit anyway. He came on against West Brom, he had a really good impact, came on and set up the goal for Deeney, so he does have quality. Again, another player coming from the Championship. Very well.
Yeah, super player, Will Hughes, by the look of it. Still a young man, of course, only 22. He spent so long out this season with injury. Watford on the front foot here on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, but a good challenge by Henderson. He's had a more comfortable second half so far. Mane to Henderson, away from Kiko, still with Jordan Henderson, and then he's given it away, typical. Doucouré infield to Richarlison. Pereira chipped out to the left hand side. Olabas moving away from Gomez. Capu finds Mariappa. Again, this is better from Watford, a bit further forward as well. They had this sort of possession 5 minutes or so ago, but it was all in their own half. Now they are in the heart of the Liverpool half. Up towards Richarlison. Ball under pressure is a good one away from Van Dijk. Capu stretches play to the left hand side. Pereira dips the shoulder, turns one way from Gomez, then the other, but Gomez sticks to his task brilliantly. He needs some support. He's get it from Milner, but still good play by Pereira. Cross towards the penalty spot. Richarlison goes in, can't make contact. Deeney can't pick up the scraps either, and Karius will clear it away.
Bright again though from Pereira, wasn't it? But how calm was Robertson? Receives it inside his own box and just calmly plays out.
Karnezis comes flying out of his area, and Fly hacks it long. Good goalkeeping from the Watford man there, as Mane threatened to play Salah in. Prudel was a cross. I think Prudel would have got there first before Salah, but keeper wasn't taking any chances. As the ball spins away on that far side for a throw, and this will be the moment that Watford make their change. It is going to be Will Hughes who comes on, and it's Richarlison who's making way.
Well, he's been quiet, hasn't he? Hasn't quite been in the game, whether it's the conditions, snowing, it's cold, he's got his gloves off now, but he started ever so well this season, but he's just tailed off, hasn't he, Richarlison, of late?
He hasn't scored now in 19 Premier League games. He had that header in the first half, straight at Karius. Yeah, he's struggled to have any influence on the game at all, so he's off. Will Hughes is off the bench for the third successive match as he continues his comeback from a long-term hamstring injury. A player of immense promise when he was at Derby County. £8 million. He could prove to be an excellent piece of business as well if and when time comes for Watford to sell him on. Here's Olabas. Ball in field to Capu. Square to Doucouré inside the centre circle. Space for Kiko. Back to Doucouré, but Watford again going nowhere. Switching from right to left, Olivas tries to just nip it over Gomez and run round the long way, but cleared up back to Karius. Not the greatest of clearance from the German though. Watford might be in down this right hand side. Pico needs some support, gets it from Pereira, who's been Watford's brightest player so far tonight. His cross is cleared away by Virgil van Dijk. It'll be a throw to the Hornets.
And again, though, when the ball goes wide, just that delivery into the box has been found wanting from Watford. This can't be the first man, or it goes into the hands of Karius. It's neither one nor the other. Deeney, that's a frustrated figure, doesn't he? He's been starved of any sort of service.
Here comes a cross in towards him though. It's over his head, headed away by Gomez. Chipped back in by Olivas towards Pereira. Robertson with the header away under great pressure, and further away by Matip. Watford are at least belatedly having a bit of a go, trying to create some sustained pressure on the Liverpool penalty area, if nothing else. But at 3-0 down, smacks of too little too late. Haven't really got into this game at all. Conceding after 4 minutes, of course, didn't help. So Mo Salah doubled Liverpool's lead right before half-time, and then teed up Roberto Firmino to, at the moment, make the points safe for the Reds. Matty finds Henderson inside the centre circle. Gomez to him from Milner. Now Van Dijk with time. Firmino's peeled away the left-hand touchline. Mane. Now Henderson across the halfway line. It's a back from Milner. Henderson again. It's Watford's turn to chase shadows here.
I wonder at what point he'll make changes now. Jurgen Klopp, obviously, international break coming up. He could take some off, maybe give a rest to some, get some game time for others.
Yeah, one of those might well be Mo Salah, I reckon. If he is going to look at just let him put his feet up a little bit. 2 goals and an assist for him.
It'd be nice to see Danny Ings as well get some game time. It might have come too early for him, but obviously he's on the bench, so he must be okay. He's had a long time out injured, hasn't he? It'd be really good to see him on the pitch.
Yeah, hasn't played in the Premier League since the end of January. He's made 3 appearances from the bench so far in the league. He's played a couple of Champions League games. He played home and away, both legs against Porto. There is going to be a change here for Liverpool, and it is going to be it's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, in fact, who's going to come on. So David, you're going to get your wish to see him, albeit with only 22 minutes to go.
Oh, that's good news. It's a good sign. You just felt the change was imminent. It should be coming anyway. 3-0 up, chance to give some game time to others. It's always hard when you're a substitute. Seven subs. You know what you do is the highlight of your week, and you don't get on the pitch.
Henderson finds Milner on the slide, releases Salah. Little ball over the top from Salah is a bit too strong for Firmino, and it rolls away for a goal kick. So this should give both sides time to make a change, because there's some activity again on the Watford bench as well, as we wait to see who is going to make way for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Just looking at their goals again, aren't we? Britos has been embarrassed. Just hasn't been at the level today. Obviously he's up against supremely talented players, but it's a hard ask to bring a player in expecting to be able to cope at this level.
Well, Watford are going to make the first move. Troy Deeney, their captain, is coming off. He's going to be replaced by Stefano Okaka. Actually put Watford 1-0 up on the opening day in that 3-3. Comes off the bench for the 4th successive game. Wijnaldum is being taken off here.
It looked like Okaka. Looked like his time at Watford was over, wasn't it? Completely over. He's had a resurrection of sorts. Deeney didn't look happy, did he, going off, shaking his head? I mean, it's probably one you'd rather start on the bench, I guess, if you are going to play and be starved of possession, and it's another game where you haven't scored. It looks like Andre Gray is just not fancied at all. under Garcia.
Yeah, player with big reputation, came for big money, didn't he, from Burnley, £11.5 million. He's a player definitely with talent, and it is a bit of a surprise that he hasn't been given more of a chance. Again, he's had as many substitute appearances as he's had starts this season.
Well, he won't, I guess, have the game, the technical game that Garcia will be used to from all the time in Spain. He's a bustling centre forward, he'll make something out of nothing. He's big, he's strong, but maybe the technical side isn't quite there for him. But still, I think he's a useful option for Watford that they don't really utilise at the minute.
Pereira for the Hornets, though. He can't shake off Roberto Firmino, wins it back. Coming in from the right-hand side off his shoulder. Milner finds Salah down the left-hand side. I think Liverpool have won the throw with 18 minutes to go.
It's the first time, sorry Dan, I was going to say it's the first time there that Britos has won the ball. He went in really aggressive, but he's on the halfway line. You know, he's just getting it all wrong at the minute. Should have been like that earlier in the game. There might not be 3 down.
His first start since November for Miguel Britos today. I'm afraid it's rather shown. He's been run ragged by Mo Salah.
You just wonder how much game time has he had, you know, in terms of reserve games or practice matches, to then thrust him into this sort of environment, this sort of tempo and this sort of quality. It's a lot to ask, isn't it?
Did score the injury time equaliser on the opening day, so maybe the reasons brought back in for a little bit of magic from him, maybe feeling confident against Liverpool, but at Anfield it's a very different proposition, isn't it? And so it's proved for him. He's been all over the place, like he's got skates on today, roller skates rather than blades or studs. The easiest thing in the world to try and keep Mo Salah quiet, let's be honest, but it hasn't been an afternoon to remember for him. 3-0 Liverpool lead. Here's the first touch for Will Hughes to Decore. A little bit loose there, but Capoue manages to keep it alive on halfway under pressure from Salah. Will go from right to left, find Mariappa. Down the line to Olivas. To think about trying to hit a yellow shirt to his right somehow. Maybe could have whipped it in first time, but that delay should cost him that opportunity. But it is going to be a throw from almost identical position from which he tried to whip that cross in. Kaka in the penalty area lurking. Goes short though to Decore. Will Hughes on the stretch manages to keep it alive. Back to Capoue. Decore a little bit tight on this left hand side for Watford. Olivas looks a bit short for Britos. Salah is there, but the ricochet favours Watford. Prudel up to halfway. Now Capoue. Britos again, and then strokes it straight out of play. That may come off Firmino last in his defence. No, it hasn't. It's got a Liverpool throw. I was trying to be kind to him there. Straight out of play, David. Dear oh dear.
Well, I've never seen so many passes being passed straight off the pitch.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Olivas has done it, at least 3 times in this match. And now we've just seen it from Britos there.
I guess Liverpool can't score from there, can they, if it is off the pitch?
I suppose not, no. Keep it in the dugout. Stick it up your jumper. Just over 15 minutes to go. Pretty tortuous night on Anfield for Watford, whose wretched run here is going to continue.
Well, look, if they are going to come and play one up top, when they are losing 3-0, maybe go and play 2 up top. At least go have a go at the minute. Look, it goes up front and there's not enough players in and around. They're not penetrating in behind, not putting Liverpool under any sort of pressure.
He mentioned striking that balance, Javi Gracia, in the build-up to this game. He knew he couldn't be too open, he knew he couldn't be too defensive, so it had to be kind of a happy medium, but that hasn't even worked tonight either, has it?
Well, if this was his...
Might as well have gone for broke.
That's right, as is the case. Very rarely can you come to a place and sit off and expect to soak up all the pressure, but if this was his grand plan to play a back 3, which Watford have done previously this season, and I don't feel it's worked, you previously. There's no way it's going to work here today, particularly bringing Britos in.
Liverpool have it again with Joel Matip. That's a good ball. All on the ground, finds Mane in some space. Firmino and Salah break away ahead of him. Almost like red arrows, jets, as they peel away left and right ahead of Sadio Mane. But for once, the pass doesn't find them. Now it's with Milner, edge of the centre circle, towards Salah, away from Prudle, still with Salah, pass one, pass two, almost. Ball still alive, and the shot from distance coming in from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Might have taken a bit of a deflection on the way through, but Karnizes' handling is good enough, and the danger is past.
Well, I love that. One touch out of his feet there from Oxlade-Chamberlain. A really good strike, nice and low. Just acknowledged Salah there. He could have put him in, but actually for me, sign of his growing confidence at the club, I think. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he elected to take that shot on.
£35 million, of course, in the January transfer window, and he's not a regular starter. This is, to be fair, he has seen a lot of football this season, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's his 28th appearance today. Most of those from the bench, though. Here's Salah, teed up by Mane. Salah going for a hat-trick back onto his left-hand side. Oh, and he steered it in! Is there nothing this man can't do? Even when the odds are stacked against him, he's got a whole clutch of Watford defenders blocking his view. He almost falls on his backside, but he still manages to keep his feet, and he still manages to find the back of the net. Brilliant from Salah. He completes his hat-trick. He is sensational. It's Liverpool 4, Watford 0.
Well, sublime skill from Salah. He receives in the box. He's just toying. He's led Watford a merry dance all game. Mane did ever so well out wide, skip past Prudle. Then Salah receives in the area, fakes to shoot on his left, fakes then to shoot on his right. He's almost slipping over. He still managed to get the shot off. I think in the end, rather than just one Watford player being on their backside, there was about three, all chasing shadows. Brilliant.
How has he managed to score that? He's got no right to score that, has he? There are three players, Doucouré, Mariappa and Prudle, and he's led them a merry dance. One way, then the other. He's on his way down, he's falling over, and he still manages to jab that left toe out. And not only that, find the back of the net. Incredible.
Well, it's the touch of his right foot that just took it away at the right moment to then get it back onto his left. He felt he was always looking, but I guess because of his first goal that was on his right foot, the Watford defenders felt, look, he might take this on. And that's what you get as a player. Once you can use both feet, then you keep the opposition guessing. They think, right, he's going to shoot here with his right. Then you get it back onto your favoured left. There was only one outcome, wasn't there? And here's Danny Ings.
Have you got a hotline to Jurgen Klopp, David Connolly? You've seen Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. You wanted to see Danny Ings, and you're going to get your wish again. Firmino's off.
Well, I think, look, if you know football, you know how these things work. I've seen Danny Ings in under 23 games this season, actually. It's great to see him back on the pitch. This is the right moment to use these players. 4-0 up against Watford. Game's done and dusted. Let's get some game time for these players. It's so important.
Yeah, he's on for the first time in the Premier League since the 27th of January, as I mentioned earlier. Only his 10th appearance in the Premier League for Liverpool, but of course he's spent so long out of contention through injury, Danny Ings, but it is good to see him back. Liverpool on the back foot here. Nice play by Watford, and the shot from Okaka from 6 yards, almost on the point of the 6-yard box, blocked away by Matip.
Well, that's the difference. Okaka could have taken it onto his left, but he just opened out his body. That just gave Matip the opportunity to get across and cover. You've got to know, you can't open out there onto your right. You're just inviting Matip to get back, had to take it onto his left. But look, if Klopp needs some help, he knows I'm only on the end of the phone.
Here's Olivas, ball into penalty area. Was a moment's hesitation there between Van Dijk and Karius. Both of them left it for each other, and had there been a Watford player there, it would have been an easy tap-in. As it is, Will Hughes has kept it on that far side by the corner flag. He can't do it all on his own now. There are three red shirts ahead of him, and he can't whip it in towards the penalty area. Danny Ings' first touch is a bit heavy. heavy, straight out of play for a Watford throw.
Well, at least Hughes is showing the sort of spirit and fight that you want. He's not giving up on anything. Here's Daryl Janmaat coming on. I mean, I thought he was awful against Arsenal. Not too sure what's going to happen here.
Is it going to be Britos? Or is it going to be Mariappa? With 9 minutes to go, it is Britos. So his nightmare is over.
Well, he could have been put out of his misery much earlier. Incredible selection, I feel, and obviously to stay on the pitch this long. I don't like to be critical of fellow pros and being in the game, but it's just a bridge too far for him today.
Kaka releasing Doucouré, thinks about pulling the trigger from the edge of the D, instead tees up Pereira, forced away from the penalty area though by a collection of red shirts. Still alive for Watford with Kiko level with the edge of the penalty area on the right. 9 minutes to go. Liverpool leading by 4 goals to 0. Won this fixture 6-1 last season. 10 goals now conceded on their last 2 trips to this part of Merseyside for Watford. Olibas does win a throw. Right in front of Jurgen Klopp on the edge of his technical area. Chipped to that far side by Capoue. Now it's with Will Hughes, checks back onto his left foot, chipped into the penalty area, away from Matip on the edge of the box. Hughes tussling Mane, it's a good fair fight between those two. Watford still have it. Doucouré, middle of the park, that's poor from him. Attempted pass, doesn't find Mariappa, instead of releases Mo Salah, that's dangerous. Oxlade-Chamberlain powering up on the right hand side, thinks about a cross, a step over, now into the penalty area. Has he done too much? I think he has. Overplayed it there, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And the chance goes, and Watford should be able to clear their lines.
Well, the skill from Salah there, just to buy himself a yard, he dragged the ball forward, stopped it, then started it again. Brilliant skill.
Mane, laid off by Ings. Now Gomez, come back in field to Sadio Mane. Ball round the corner to Henderson, and in loads of room. Milner, will go to the left to Robertson. Flicks the ball up with his left peg, and then releases Milner on the volley. Exchanges passes with Henderson on the edge of the centre circle. Henderson weaves past 2 Watford players like a slalom skier. Edge of the penalty area. Here's Ings! Oh, very good save by the goalkeeper. Oh, what a moment that could have been for Danny Ings, and very nearly was. Good strong right hand by Karnezis.
Well, that was Danny Ings at his best, just instinctive. Great little ball over the top. One touch to get it down, he just didn't think about it. That's when he's at his best, just unleashed a terrific strike. Karnezis did ever so well just to pack that away.
Well, but for 2 good saves by the goalkeeper, one from Firmino in the first half and that parry from Ings, Liverpool might have repeated the trick of scoring 6 goals here against Watford. As it is, Ings denied. Instinctive effort that from Ings. And only a very good save denied it. Throw taken towards Salah, holds the ball up beautifully, laid off to Mane, comes out to Milner, whose shot is deflected away. It's going to be a free kick anyway, I think.
Well, it's really good. I mean, in terms of his development, Danny Ings spent so long out of the game. Good ball over the top, wasn't it, from Mane? Diagonal run, good control with his chest. The ball's down, hits it on the half volley. Real power. Good strong wrist though, wasn't it, on Karnezis? But that'll give Ings plenty of confidence, getting on the pitch, getting a shot off. I guess with 6 minutes plus added time, might fancy his chances getting on the score sheet.
Karnezis' recent record has been pretty good, the keeper on loan from Udinese. 2 clean sheets in his last 3, only conceded 8 goals. He could be in trouble here again. Here is Ings. Oh, good save, Salah! Thrashes in the rebound for 4. 4 goals for Mo Salah. He puts his hands over his eyes as if he can't believe it. They've all been from close range. They've all been emphatic finishes. That one lashed high into the roof of the net from 6 yards. The ricochet from Danny Ings, a good save from Karnezis again, but he cannot be denied. The Mo Salah show, 4 goals from him and an assist. Incredible stuff. Liverpool 5, Watford 0.
No, absolutely staggering performance here from Mo Salah. James Milner does ever so well. Look, could play in Danny Ings. In the end, it goes to Salah, but Danny Ings has pulled on the diagonal. Salah really unselfishly then picks out Danny Ings. Great touch from Ings, controls it, fakes to shoot, ducks back inside. Karnezis holds it, but then spills it. Pops out to Mo Salah. He just lashes out into the roof of the net. And that's what you get, I think. Salah, he could have been selfish earlier and he wasn't. Chose the right option. In the end, it's fallen to him in the end, you know. And that's what you get, these top players. They choose the right option. In the end, it works out for them.
Superb. Simply so. We're running out of words, really.
I've got some written here. Phenomenal, remarkable. I've used them all up.
He's so good, he should have his own emoji. Mo Salah. 4 goals and assists. Liverpool 5, Watford 0. I mean, we didn't see much of him at Chelsea, did we? But anyone, I suppose, who was watching Roma closely perhaps wouldn't be surprised with the way he started. But the fact that he has so little game time in the Premier League ahead of this season, so little exposure, are you surprised how great he's been or not?
Well, I guess so, because you can only judge him, you know, on his time at Chelsea, obviously, with Mourinho, and then at Roma if you watch Italian football, obviously. But still, I guess it must gall Mourinho that the likes of De Bruyne and people like that are doing so well. So De Bruyne looks like he's going to win the league, and obviously Mo Salah could propel Liverpool above United, I guess. And
but he never makes mistakes, Jose.
No, that's right.
And if you've got a spare half an hour, he might tell you about it. The ball over the top towards Sadio Mane is a bit too long for him.
It just shows you, though. Sorry, Dan, I was going to say, it just shows you as a player. You know, you may be written off at one club, but you know, it doesn't mean that that's you finished in terms of that level. You can get back to. You just need someone to believe in you, I guess. And sometimes you can be in the right place just at the wrong time.
Ball now towards Salah. He's not going to get 5, is he? Oh, out comes Karnezis to the edge of his area. That's good, brave goalkeeping again. Right at the feet of Salah. Lovely ball over the top. Was that James Milner with the pass from inside his own half? Almost, but good goalkeeping from Karnezis right at the edge of his box.
Now, what he does give you is that speed in behind. And Salah got so much of it now. Scored 5, I have to be honest. I did score 4 a couple of times, and it is special. It doesn't happen very often, obviously not in the Premier League, but this will be an occasion that he'll never forget. Salah. It's hard to do, very hard to do. Score 4 goals in a professional game. 3 with his right foot.
Yeah. In a way, he's made it look easy, hasn't he? With the way that he's been teed up by his teammates. Particularly for his hat-trick. Well, he made the 3rd and final goal himself. It was an incredible finish, bearing in mind the pressure he was under, and he was falling over at the same time.
Oh yeah, 2 with his right foot, the other 2 with his natural left.
Can't head the ball though, can he? Can't be that good. He has got a weakness. And Milner, that's a good ball. Here is Ings, he's forced a little bit wide. He has a quick look up to the assistant on this near side. He's denied. The flag goes up. Free kick Watford. Inside the last 2 minutes here at Anfield. The snow gets a little bit heavier. And Liverpool's victory has got heavier in this second half. 3 second half goals to go with 2 in the first 45. Has them 5-0 to the good, and very impressive too.
Well, one thing they will have to improve is the amount of offsides. That's 6 offsides now for Liverpool against the likes of Man City, for example. They won't be able to be offside 6 times. You know, they might be in that final third a few times. They've got to make it count. Almost got sloppy here today. Just running too early without enough care and attention. Need to bide their time. They have the pace. They don't need to go early. Just need to time it.
Van Dijk finds Matip. Liverpool cruising towards victory. Long ball over the top again. This is decent as well. Robertson is close to the byline. The cutback takes a really thick ricochet and bounces away, and Will Hughes should be able to complete the clearance, and Watford almost play themselves into bother with that blocked clearance, but Karnezis is there to gather and ensures that no further damage ensues.
those balls from back to front have worked really well. Not aerial in terms of someone to head, but just those runners in behind into that space have worked ever so well today.
2 minutes of added on time will be played here at Anfield at least. Oh, and there's almost a bit of hesitation as well between Matip and the goalkeeper Karius. Just about sort themselves out in time. Karius coming outside of his area to thrash it away. 2 minutes to go. Well, we played 30 seconds of the first minute. Watford will want these seconds to speed by very quickly indeed. And the ball has got lost on that far side. Watford would be quite happy for it to stay there, really. As the fans begin to make their way out of the stadium.
Well, look, you can't get a ball boy to do it yourself. There's Mane hopping over, get the ball back. I mean, I know Jurgen Klopp spoke about he felt alone, didn't he, on the touchline, and the fans were leaving early. There's still a lot of them here, isn't there? Which I think he has endeared himself to them. He was really spoke ever so well about them in the programme notes today in terms of their support at Old Trafford. So he just does all the right things. He's a media dream, isn't he? And he's got the fans backing him. He's got them on the side. And look, who wouldn't want to come here and stay to the end? He's got 5 goals again.
Yeah. Entertainment, certainly. Here's Doucouré winning it for Watford on halfway. Hughes to his right, he's ignored him. It's a strong run forward up towards Okaka. This is potential here for Watford. Oh, and the ball into the box by Kiko is a good one, and a sprawling Joel Matip just about turns it over his own crossbar. Corner.
Good play there, good break from Watford, but again they've only really got one in the box. Doucouré's in there, really needed a cutback cross, but that's it.
No time to take the Watford corner. Liverpool bounce back in supreme style from that disappointment at Old Trafford last weekend. They've never lost back-to-back games under Jurgen Klopp, and they still haven't. Wonderful performance tonight. Mo Salah has match ball tucked under his arm. 4 goals for the Egyptian. His incredible season just keeps getting better and better. He also weighed in with an assist for Roberto Firmino. 2 goals in the first half, both from Salah. 3 goals in the second, 2 more from Salah, 1 more from Firmino. Ensures that Watford have been taken apart and completely blown away. Liverpool 5, Watford 0 is your final score. Listening to Premier League Live.